Hey everyone. Alright, so this has been a very interesting last couple of days for me. Because, for one, uh, I thought the stream that I was doing on Sunday was going to cover this event, but it turns out it wasn't, and it's actually purely just the two Sokai banners that had come up. And then, obviously, right, then we had the thing that came up today with the rest of it, the pilots and the event suit. So it's been a really weird week for me in terms of streaming this content. So yeah, just thanks for bearing with me. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do one of my normal summary videos talking about the new parts and stuff, but it's just how it turned out. Now, this stream is going to be a little different than my previous streams. So starting off, actually, just so you guys, because you probably tuned into my stream last week. So after I finished my roles for the Denial Gundam and all was said and done, a user anonymously sent me enough money to buy one of the largest, or the 20k Haro chip pack. And the only note that was attached was finish Denial or finish the 20k. So I went and rolled. That's why if you look at my horror chip count, it's a lot higher than when I wrapped up yesterday. Now, if you're in my Discord, you may have already known about this. I did finish the Denial, which is awesome. And then what happened is, after some banter back and forth, another user, one of my longtime subscribers, actually told me he'd also buy me a 20k pack if I had a webcam for this stream. So after a lot of digging, lots of running around, I managed to find one. So, let me just turn it on real quick. Hey guys, I got a webcam. It's really weird for me because I have on my far left monitor, I have the preview window. And in the center monitor, I have lots of information stuff regarding the stream. Then the right monitor is all like Discord and stuff, right? So it's I have to keep looking to the left to make sure my stream is going good, but the camera's there. Hopefully you understand my dilemma. Yeah, so future streams are probably going to be using this webcam. I just got to get more comfortable using it, right? Because I'm not really used to having my a webcam on. I haven't actually used one of these since Skype forever ago, right? So anyways, hopefully all's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the Dreadnought. We're going to look at the event suit and the pilots, because that's all that was added with this patch. So let's get that going, shall we? Yeah, you can see the face cam on back. I know that's the only reason you want me to get it, dude. I know that's the only reason. So anyways, let's get going on the Dreadnought. So okay, that's really high shot attack, honestly, for what that suit is. Like that's really, really high shot attack. So that's cool. Long shooter jump, shot damage taken reduced. Unfortunately, it's a flat number. So ace exclusive, though, for space. See, it's interesting, right? Because X Astray, you wouldn't really think any protagonist-related stuff is there, but there is. It was actually a relatively successful sub-series. I'm not really quite sure how to phrase it. What I've done is I've moved my interface to the main screen, so I don't have to keep awkwardly looking to the side. Yeah. Anyways, cool. That's actually a really nice head for a welfare, if we're being real. So, what do we got? Okay, so that's a pretty average welfare torso. When armor's 80% or less, EX skill damage, another flat value, another ace exclusive. Unfortunately, that's going to be mostly an aesthetic part. I can't really see that being used for much else. Alright, what else do we got here? If your technique attribute, enemy special shot power reduced. Now, okay, this might be good. And the reason I say that this might be good is because you've probably played Arena against a long shooter or a mid shooter. And what they do is they actually do use their special shot quite often if they're not using an EX skill and they're not a melee type. So this might actually be useful in a 3v3 situation. I don't know how much though, as it takes up the valuable arm space and it doesn't really bring anything good word tag wise for a support style suit. So is what it is. All right, legs. You have a Beam EX. What's the spread? AD. Okay. Ace exclusive mid range. All right. And the legs look pretty standard, stat wise. Okay. Like it's a part, right? Okay. Eh. We've seen worse welfare legs. That's really not saying much. Backpack. Dragoon system. A plus D. Get a load of this guy. Get a load of this. Alright. Unfortunately, it's a D power, but you gotta roll with the punches, right? It's a Dragoon. Standard backpack stats. Ace exclusive again. Like, this entire suit's Ace exclusive, which is really cool. But it just doesn't bring anything really groundbreaking. What about the beam rifle? Okay, that's actually decent stats for a welfare rifle. That's decent. Long shooter job, enemy EX skill power reduced by 25. Meh. Okay. It's pretty easy to fulfill that requirement. Ace exclusive mid range. Okay, that could be really good on a support suit. Reducing the EX skill power by 1%, not a flat number. Okay. Yeah. I'd say this is probably going to be the best part of the suit. Frankly, if you're going to pick a gold, that's going to be it, right? All right, composite. Come on. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Composite armored shield system. Okay, cool. Stats are welfare shield. B minus. Launch rapid fire beams. And it's a Megas. This could be good. Unfortunately, I'd have to test it, right? I'm still kind of getting a feel for the beam related magazine EX skills, and it comes with Ace exclusive and for space. So a budget Chobum shield. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? It's a welfare. You don't have to worry about spending tickets or anything. You can just max it out real quick. I'd almost say that makes it better than the Chobum shield just because you don't have to gatch it. So, okay. That's a pretty decent shield. And pilot, prayer reverie. Ah, yes. The blonde librarian works. While for space, recover 10 armor gradually. He's a long shooter. Well, the trait's it's worthless. Decent shot attack, considering welfare. For space ace. So, okay, this pilot reminds me a lot of Selena McGriff, the Stargazer pilot we got back with Stargazer. Because he has, I think, more or less the same stat spread, but he just has better word tags. And, a useful job. Anyways, yeah, no, that's for a welfare pilot. I'd say he's a lot better than some of the gacha pilots we've had, some of the 4-stars. So worth a pickup. I don't know about golding or anything, but I guess now that we're kind of rolling in the purple chips, I just don't see why not. I guess I personally have a ton. Thanks for the donation. I'll pop up there briefly. Yeah. Oh man, that's going to be 20k hard. I'm gonna do that here. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. And more change. I need more change gear pieces. Okay. Well, thank you, Tan, for the donation. As always, you keep giving me money, man. All right, well, let's take a look at the gacha pilots. And there's really nothing else. Like, I guess I could talk about the Wiki Select step up, or the Wiki Select step up as well, if you guys are interested. I don't think there's really much to be said, as it just contains parts I've already discussed in the past. So, tax write-off. Okay, well, let's take a look at Kate Bush. What do we got on you? Ooh, ouch. That's that distribution. Let's speed attribute 14% chance. Okay, so it's guts, mass production support. Okay, so if you get her, like, she'll be handy for word tags for BT, but I don't really see her being extremely useful for much else. The stat distribution is really weak, and she's a defender. So, not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. What about you from turn A? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I see Jim, but I'm pretty sure it's like Gim or something like that. I don't know, man. These names are just, they get so outlandish, it's ridiculous. So, the wiki select has limited suits, but 0.008. I'm going to go look at that because that sounds ridiculous. Okay, so he's an infighter, balanced melee shot. Melee attack is on EX skill CD reduced by percent ammo. I need to go check another pilot real quick here. List. Parameters. It is a pilot, it is a defender, and it is a 5-star. Here you are. Come here, bucko. Okay. Yeah, this is who I'm comparing him to, by the by, if you didn't get the drift of what just happened. Because the stat distribution looked extremely familiar for, the class. Okay. So, yeah. See, here's the trade-off, right? Okay, so I look at Gim, whatever, and I see a pretty strong pilot on paper. He has balanced melee and shot, so you can put him in kind of whatever build you needed to, but he's an infighter, meaning automatically he gets a decent boost. It's like, what, 10% or something, 12%? Some decent number, percent boost to the melee spec, right? You pair that with, the decent stats. You're not really losing out a lot, unless you're running like Doman or something. But anyways, compared to Mikazuki, right? Mikazuki is a defender, so he doesn't get the base boost. He has a pro tag, however, and his trait is more or less the exact same. The major difference being, in one requires a C power limit, or minimum, and the other is just, you just have to be power. Now, between the two, I prefer the purple hair from turn A, only because I find that it is easier to use the pilot as an empty slot and just kind of look at it as trait and stats. Obviously, it depends on your builds, depends on what you're running. But for people that have been running Mikazuki up to this point, if you need him to finish your build, keep using him. But I would say Jim, whatever, is a viable replacement. Obviously sans word tag, but he kind of makes up for it with the fact he's an infighter. Is he a good 4-star? That's kind of up in the air. He's not a bad unit. Neither is Mikazuki. The problem is they lack the cohesion that other units have, a good 4-star units have, right? Like, you look at Duo Maxwell or Sai. You look at, Doman. They all have unique things that make them very powerful pilots. Right? Even that recent trait that popped up where all power is boosted by a percent, that makes them usually a very good pilot to slot in. So the reason I went on this big tirade is pretty much just saying I like him as a pilot, as he's comparable to a pilot that I think a lot of people liked, and Mikazuki's sole downside is that he's a defender. If he was an infighter, there would be no contest. He would be rated extremely highly as a 4-star pilot, but because he's a defender, there's comparisons to be made with other okay 4-star pilots. So I'm going to say, with this banner, the Dreadnought has a couple of really unique parts. Pretty cool stuff. Kate's just a write-off. Decent for BT tags if you get her through a ticket or something. Jim, whatever. He's an okay pilot. For a 4-star, he's definitely above the curve. It's kind of saying something about the 4-star units we've been getting recently, or just in general, I guess. He's pretty good. I wouldn't say roll on this pilot banner for him, though, but if you get him through a ticket, you got something pretty good. Overall, the Sokai plus the pilots and everything, it wasn't bad. Right? I think the new Gundam, the new Xeon, kind of ruined some people's expectations about the content and things like that, because it's overwhelmingly good, right? But it's a paid suit, that's to be expected. But the Denial Gundam's still really good. Actually, you know what? Here, I'll bring up the rough Denial build that I'm currently doing. I'm not using the website for builds or anything. I slapped it together. But as you can see here, it has a decent stat spread for what it is. No word tags though. But the upside is it has decent traits that kind of push it along the board. I'm aiming to get a blue arm change gear as well to just kind of help it out. But yeah, overall, the Denial was a very nice suit that got added. The burning, aesthetically, very nice. Unfortunately, stat-wise, the Denial could have used better word tags as well, I guess. But yeah, it is what it is. And the pilots weren't bad. You know, the 4-star was actually good for what that's worth. Not great or amazing, but good. And the Dreadnought had some really cool parts. So I'd say this was a pretty good overall Sokai. So, yeah. Hopefully, with the anniversary that's coming up, because that's what? It's mid-August-ish, around there. It was a little bit after the 19th. I think it was like the 23rd or something. I'm looking forward to that, because we're obviously getting Update 2.0. And we're also going to... Well, don't forget, right? We're apparently supposed to be getting some news. Did it come out yet? Because if it did, I'll talk about that. New content posted. Just give me a second here. Dreadnought's live. Great deal. Okay, so they haven't brought it out yet. But I guess they did say the first, since technically not the first yet. So... but anyways, we should be getting more information about Update 2.0, they said. Come the first. We have the anniversary coming up relatively soon. That's going to bring a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to stop rambling. Yeah, I'll see you guys probably in a few days. Or actually, it'll probably be tomorrow when they bring up whatever information that they were about the new patch, because I definitely want to talk about that. Yeah. Anyways, I'll finish up here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.